So another bearish day in the market. SNDL was in the red again today, but I saw a few things that I liked. So let's talk about that. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Stock Advantage. My name is Darren, and today we're going to talk about SNDL, and specifically I've got 3 key points that I want to touch on today. Number 1 is a word of caution. Number 2 is a positive sign that I saw today. And then number 3 is what really has me looking forward to what this company has to offer. And as a bonus, if you stick around to the end, I do have 3 additional cannabis stocks that nobody's talking about right now that I think have some 2x potential this year, and you may want to take a look at. So hang out for that. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. Okay, guys, so first off, before I get into the 2 positive things that I'm really liking with this company, I do have to give the normal word of caution. This is in relation to the whole cannabis sector. It may not be done cooling off yet. Most of the sector was down today, and they've all pretty much seen a steady fall over the last week. And then another one with SNDL in particular is you've got the penny stock volatility that is common, share offerings, positive catalyst, you know, all the volume that this stock can see will throw this thing like a rowboat in the ocean. So that's to be expected. And then the last word of caution is that even though I'm going to talk a lot of good about SNDL, this year they do need to turn over and start showing a profit. So everything is going to hinge on them being able to become profitable and to grow the business. So that's number 1, word of caution. Always want to lay that out there. Number 2, let's talk about something I saw today that I really liked, and that was it's kind of a confirmation that this stock is not just a pump and dump. Yes, there was a little bit of pump and dump happening, especially here back in this little range here where this dude popped up. I think it actually hit like almost $5 a share pre-market that day. But either way, it ran up massively, got up here to almost $5 a share before cooling off. This was the pump and dump part of it, and which was the entire cannabis sector there for a period of a day or two. So this part right here was a pump and dump. This growth pattern that we're seeing is not. And so I'm getting further confirmation of that. So what makes me think that is a couple things. Yes, it was down 7% on the day. That aligns with the rest of the cannabis sector. Tilray was down 10%, Cannabis down 4%, Afria down 4%, Aurora down 3%. Of course, you're going to see a little bit more of the SNDL because it is a lower price stock and more susceptible to drops. But the fact that it maintained just a 7% drop today, and it's down another 1.5%, I guess, after hours, tells me that it's not just a pump and dump and that everybody's not just dropping it and running. They did have a low volume day today. Today was only 247 million shares of volume. That's the lowest volume they've seen since 125. Yeah, so this is the lowest volume they've seen since 125 back here before the major run-up. So the volume has come down, but the price has not completely tanked. And if you look a little closer here at the last month, it is steadily dropping back down, but it is holding its own. It's not just straight falling off a cliff here. And so you can see it is consolidating. Some still dropping, but the whole cannabis sector is. And so that right there tells me that this is not just a pump and up. There's people who are invested in this stock for the long term, who believe in the growth of this stock, and I agree with them. All right, last up, number 3. And this is the one that I'm excited about, is I think the future growth potential is here, and it's starting now. So there's a couple things that make me think that. So first off, you can see that it started down today like most of the market, but it had a solid run up. And at one point early in the market, it was up 5% on the day, which is great, when most of the other cannabis stocks were not. Before it kind of fell victim to the rest of the bear cannabis sector thing that happened today. And so when you start looking at this, I looked into it a little bit, and I think a lot of it has to do with optimism for the recent capital raises they've done. So we've talked a little bit about the share offerings they've done and the warrants and all that stuff that helps this company raise money and usually demolishes a stock, in which case this one did. It did take a little hit on the stock. But I think this bump up today just shows that investors are understanding the long-term benefit of those share offerings, of those warrants, that it's ultimately to raise capital for the company to grow and continue to do that. So we're seeing that more and more with these companies that are in a rapid growth mode, right? They see stocks shoot up, price shoot up. They take that as an opportunity to raise some money at a high level and actually take that and speed up their growth pattern. We've seen that with NNDM, a lot of other penny stocks who get a sharp turn up and get some positive news and good things going their way, and they take advantage of that. And where that used to be seen as completely negative, now I think investors are starting to see that as a positive catalyst after the initial hit, a positive catalyst for the growth that is to come with this company. What that cash does, it allows for faster organic growth. They can put more money into the company to grow it quicker, as well as acquisitions. And so in the cannabis sector, that's going to be key because there's a ton of small companies out there. So if you have the cash to buy up some of them, then that helps you grow even quicker. Just about Indiva, Indiva. Small edible company, so they're growing that footprint, they're getting into that market, and so they're using cash from these kind of transactions to be able to do that and grow the brand. They've restructured the company for success moving forward. They wiped out a lot of their debt. These guys, a lot of people will say it's pump and dump, but these guys, I think, are working on setting up for a good future growth pattern, and I like it. Is it going to be 5x tomorrow? No. I'm not looking at it that way. I'm not looking at this as just a pump and dump, even though there is potential there. I'm looking at this as a long-term growth stock in a booming sector that is going to be happening over the next couple of years. That's it on SNDL. Real quick, I wanted to give you those bonus 3 stocks that are in the cannabis sector that a lot of people are overlooking right now. These have potential to 2x in the next 12 months. I know it's not as cool as 10x or 100x, but you even need some consistent nice ones in there as well. So all 3 of these have potential to 2x in the next 12 months. They're all US based, and they actually have comparable market caps or smaller market caps than SNDL, even though they are further along in the process. So first off is TRSSF. Okay, so that's TerraSend. And so if you go back and look at this company, they've been on a solid trajectory up. Just a couple things, $4.4 billion market cap. They're a U.S. company, and they have the backing of Canopy Growth, which is a pretty solid Canadian company. They've been beating expectations. Their 2021 forecast came out, and it is looking great. They're seeing a lot of potential growth there. And so this one's a solid 2x potential. Next up is going to be JUSHF. Okay, so it's Jushi Holdings or something like that. Here again, $1.8 billion market cap. They've got a wide footprint. They're over several different states. 2021 projections of 2x with growing margins. They're looking at a good growth pattern going forward. So that's one to definitely look at. And then the last one here is HRVSF, which is Harvest Health and Recreation. Up here it goes by Rockbridge Resources. But anyways, this one also has a $1.8 billion market cap. Their latest pop is going to be expanding into Arizona, which just legalized use in November. In Q3, they showed 86% growth, and they've had positive EBITDA for the last 2 quarters. And so what you're looking at here is 3 stocks that are growing in the U.S. marketplace where it's not legalized fully yet. So another thing that opens these guys up is expansive growth once legalization occurs in different states, as well as potential acquisition targets. So as MJ gets legalized here in the U.S. and more states, these companies grow. You're going to start seeing some of these smaller ones getting bought up. And so when they come into that acquisition phase, that's a really good price growth opportunity as well. So real quick, just wanted to throw those 3 out there for you. Make sure you do your own due diligence on these as well as SNDL. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Just doing this for entertainment purposes only. Just wanted to lay these out there for you today. Talk about some of the positives going on with SNDL, even though it looks like, it's had a rough week, which what hasn't really had a rough week. So anyways, wanted to lay that out there for you today. Again, if you liked the video, make sure you like it, subscribe, click that notification bell. 2 free stocks down below from Webull. If you open an account, donate me $100 if you want to. But anyways, deposit $100, you get 2 free stocks. I get a free stock. everybody goes home happy. So that's pretty much it. Let me know your thoughts on SNDL or any of the 3 bonus stocks I talked about today, and I'd be glad to do more of a breakdown if you're interested in that as well. So until next time, have a great day and God bless.